we're going to start with week 4, and week 4 it is. And you can't talk about week 4 without talking about Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. A few weeks ago, this was the popular pick to win the national championship. And guess what? I can't blame anybody out there, national pundits, fans of the Clemson Tigers, maybe fans of just college football, when you're looking at the roster and the experience and the production that Clemson has had over the last 2 to 3 years. It has built up to this point. This was supposed to be the year for Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. Instead, a 1-3 record. It's a worst 4-game start for Clemson since 2004. They've lost 4 straight home games versus power conference teams. So you think about Clemson and Dabo Swinney and what used to be, why this was one of the teams that you would look at and you would feel like they feel inevitable in that Saban era, winning 2 national championships. Once Saban was gone, it felt like Clemson was really going to be the team that you would have to go through, along with Ohio State and the Dan Lannings of the world at Oregon. Dabo Swinney, at home in his last 15 seasons, this is Clemson, 88-5. Last 6 games, they're 2-4. Something is wrong there at Clemson. And what's interesting to me is that what I referred to just a few minutes ago was that this team was built to win this year. And if you're Clemson, you use the transfer portal less than any other FBS team in all of college football. This was it. That means you rely so heavily on recruiting, talent identification, talent evaluation, player development. That's really important. And if you're going to play young players, which is what Clemson does, then you're going to be rewarded for it every 3 to 4 years. Those guys that everybody was looking at that were playing 2 years ago were Peter Woods, were TJ Parker, were Avion Terrell, was Cade Klubnik, was Bryant Wesco, TJ Moore last year, an experienced offensive line. You lose the home opener to LSU, understandable, good team. Next week, you have Troy. You're down by 16 points at home. You have to claw back. You have to win that game. You go on the road. You lose to Brent Key in Georgia Tech, an upstart program. And now at home, where you're supposed to be safe and bounce back and get back to your DNA, you get stomped out by Syracuse. Fran Brown, Stephen Jelly, Ricky Collins, who came in for Stephen Jelly late in that game and iced it. And we can talk about talent all we want. And I think naturally that's where a lot of people go when it comes to Dabo Swinney. Is this team talented enough? They have talent. Is it legitimate national championship caliber talent? No. We've seen that over the last 4 weeks. It's not. But something else is wrong at Clemson. And for Dabo Swinney, we've seen him kind of in this corner before. After uneven starts in recent seasons, after a 4-4 start just a few years ago. And the typical response is what we've seen after the Georgia Tech game, where it's, I'm paraphrasing, we've accomplished a lot. I've accomplished a lot. Here's some statistics about how much we've achieved since I've been here, how much we've achieved in this conference, in the ACC. And if they want me gone, I'll go win somewhere else. Nobody's shooing you away, Dabo. You're one of the highest paid coaches in all of college football, deservingly so. This game is about adapting and evolving. So is life. If you don't do it, you get left behind. From a roster construction standpoint, they have zigged while everybody has zagged. There have been some benefits of it, but this year, if you look at it, their best player on their team is arguably one of their only transfers, Will Helt from Purdue. Dabo's done an unbelievable job building this program culturally. It should be one of the most attractive destinations in all of college football. and the air is being let out of the balloon slowly. As somebody that grew up in Louisiana, it reminds me a little bit of Les Miles after the 2011 national championship game, where after all that, if you don't know, LSU beats Alabama in Tuscaloosa 9-6. They come back with the same game plan in the national championship, and they get completely outclassed. And from that point forward, the whole perception, operation, mechanics of that program did not change, but the result did. And that's what's going on with Clemson right now. Everybody's trying to figure it out. This game changes rapidly. Rapidly. There were 2 windows last year. There's 1 this year. There was 4 teams in the playoff a couple years ago. There's 12 now. Who knows what it's going to look like in the next year or 2. The world we live in is, what have you done for me lately? And it's no different for Dabo Swinney, who I admire, who I respect, who I think is one of the best coaches in all of college football. But this is tough love, and if you don't adapt, you will die. Ask the dinosaurs. It's no different. Maybe it's a little bit different for the dinosaurs, but you get my point. So very disappointing to see what's going on in Clemson, because quite honestly, they can be a top 5 program in the country. Now it's about adjusting. Can we be a top 10 program in the country? He's got the white knuckles, man. So we'll see what happens.